So I've tested over 20 different crypto trading APIs, so you don't have to. I found 5 of the best free options. I'll be breaking down the rate limits, hidden costs, and ultimately telling you the top 5 best crypto trading APIs as of 2025. Number 1 in the list, we have the Tokenmetrics API and SDK. Now, one thing that really stands out with the Tokenmetrics API and SDK, unlike other trading APIs, is the fact you actually get a lot more than just market data. You have over 20 different data endpoints, from market data to what really stands out to me is the trader grades, the trading signals, right? The investor grades, AI reports, and resistance and support. You got a lot more things here like the Quant metrics, correlation, indices, and so on. But really, for when it comes to building these trading AI agents, you have a lot of different data ends here for your arsenal, right? The trading signals being one of the key ones here, and trader grades as well. Now, in terms of pricing, they are completely free to get started. You get 5,000 free API calls in the basic plan, and ultimately you have limitations, as you can imagine. With most APIs, that's going to be the case. However, the cool thing about it is you're able to start building your MVP, start testing, and start sort of using the actual API to test before you have to pay anything. You get access to a few different endpoints here, like the token and OHLCV and trader grades and signals, which is one of the most popular data endpoints from the looks of it. And ultimately, you can start building for totally free. The documentation, all the links will be down in the description. Next up on the list is one that some of you may recognize, but not many of you might know about the developer platform. So Coinbase, the centralized exchange, do actually have their own API, right? Ultimately, to build whatever you can with it. It's the exchange API, and you get access to real-time market data with the high throughput of APIs to power your trading. So again, if you're building trading AI agents, if you're building some sort of trading bot here, the Coinbase API here is a great option. Of course, the main things here are it's got deep liquidity, it's super easy to use, you got your insurance protection and competitive fees, right? The dynamic fee structure, I feel like, is one of the USPs here. They got much lower fees for high volume trading. So for anyone here that's running a large fund or ultimately has a large capital to trade with, the Coinbase API is definitely one of the ones that you might want to look at. When it comes to extra tools, it's not something that I would recommend. A lot of the things that the Coinbase platform, the API would actually provide is the fact they have lower fees, right? They don't really have additional sort of endpoints that are very niche, like trading signals and market. In terms of the pricing here, you can see they have a fee pricing structure. So the on-ramp is completely free for developers. The commerce has got a 1% transaction fee. Staking has 2 to 10%. The wallet API is 0.005 cents for wallet operation, and 0.15% fee for the swap API. So depending on how you scale, this can really ramp up, if you see what I did there. But no, the pricing can really ramp up here as you keep scaling. So I'll be very careful if you're going to be scaling, and you already have a large project. This might end up being very expensive, right? And there's definitely a lot better alternatives in that regard. Next up on the list, we have the Binance API. And ultimately, the Binance API, one thing I do want to warn you about it is that if you are a new developer, if you're not very experienced, I wouldn't recommend them, just because it can be a pretty complex onboarding process in terms of actually building with the API itself. Getting access to API key is super simple, and you get access to lots of different things for when it comes to the market data and WebSocket if you're building a trading AI agent. However, if you want to also build a product, a centralized exchange, a DEX, or something that provides these sort of services where it's like trading, staking, fiat, on-ramps, off-ramps, you're able to build quite a lot of cool products. But for the sake of this video, when it comes to trading AI agents, your options are limited. You get access to market data and the WebSocket. So ultimately, you're getting this for completely free. So it's not that big of a loss, but your options are pretty limited with the Binance API. Next up on the list, we got the Kraken API, okay? So you can actually go through and find all of the different data endpoints, the WebSocket, and what you can actually build with it. But one thing that's really cool about it, similar to the Binance one, you can get started for absolutely free. However, again, your options are going to be limited. You get access to market data for the spot WebSocket, the futures WebSocket, and the futures fixes as well. You get all the transactions, account data, funding, earn and sub accounts, and charts just for futures. So when it comes to options, when it comes to market data, which is something you're going to need for trading AI agents, you are very limited. But getting started and for it to be one of the APIs within what you're building in your AI agent, this can definitely be a very good options for future and spot trading. Next up on the list, we've got the Gecko API, right? If you're building trading AI agents, the Gecko API does come with a lot of different market data and different data endpoints on 17,000 plus different cryptocurrencies and NFT projects. But ultimately, when you're building trading AI agents here, you're going to get access to lots of different endpoints. You can see here, you get endpoints for coins, the contracts, the categories, NFTs, on-chain metrics, derivatives, search, the global, and also the company data endpoint as well. However, for when it comes to building a trading AI agent, Gecko isn't going to be exactly the best option, just because for when it comes to things like bullish and bearish signals, market data, it's pretty limited. If you're building your own dApp, in the other hand, it can definitely be a very good option, probably one of your best options, right? But for when it comes to building things like analytics and tools even, with a Gecko, your product is going to be somewhat limited, but for when it comes to free options, Gecko is definitely going to be one of those leading names. That brings us to the end of this video. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace.